This is the last of our amateur bouts in the bantamweight division. We are all thanks to Author Supply Company. 61.7 kilos our blue corner weighed in at. One fight, one victory. He trains under Sam Hibbard, fights out of Absolute MMA in Melbourne. The Peanut Butter Kid, Josh Grove. Our red corner at 61.3 kilos with 7 fights and 4 victories. He trains under Cole Smith as he fights out of the Heartbreak Gym on the Gold Coast. Hoani Selwyn.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to Eternal MMA 33B class amateur bantamweight division. Hoani Selwyn versus Josh Grove.
Absolute MMA takes on
Round 1.
Heartbreak Conditioning.
Getting to work right away. Hoani Selwyn wearing the red tape, and he lands a nice right hand there as Josh shoots in for a takedown.
Controlling the hip there with that left underhook. Knees to the thighs. I really like to see them get that underhook high. Controls more of the body.
Hoani Selwyn fighting out of Heartbreak Conditioning.
Just can't connect it out high in that crotch there, T.
Absolutely.
And lets it go.
Under Cole Smith. Notable names to fight out of Heartbreak, none other than the Super Samoan himself, Mark Hunt.
Definitely, there's one thing we know about the Heartbreak fighter tonight. He's going to be in shape for this. Whether 1 round, 2 round, 3 round, I don't see him getting tired.
Hoani Selwyn versus Josh Grove here in the B-class amateur bantamweight division.
Good tight grip there, S-grip on the hip. Really needs to use that head. Get inside there, there we go. Now needs to get that grip back on the hip if he wants to complete this takedown.
Here at Eternal MMA 33, live and on Fox Sports from the Southport Sharks Sports Club on the Gold Coast. Tanira Nathan, cage side with Benny Alloway. Hoani Selwyn versus Josh Grove.
A lot of good instruction coming here from the absolute corner. We see young Josh keeping good control on the cage here, halfway through the round.
Peter Hickmont telling him to do something, otherwise he's going to break it up. Not exactly a spectacle the fans want to see, nonetheless, it is part of the sport. We have seen a lot of grappling here this evening, Benny.
A lot of grappling, a lot of well-matched fights.
And they break and they take the center of the
Hoani
cage
with
once
a
again.
good kick and a good overhand.
And a nice right as
Return by
Josh comes back with one of his own.
The boys are throwing down. Selwyn stalking. Oh.
Beautiful defense there.
Dropped straight under that overhand, but couldn't complete the takedown.
Engage Industries, one of our major sponsors here this evening at Eternal MMA. Take note of the gear, fight shorts worn by both Hoani Selwyn and Josh Groves. And a big right hand there by Josh, drops Hoani Selwyn back to his feet immediately.
He needs to separate. Josh needs to separate, pick his shots. This clinch is only going to make Selwyn.
He's taken Hoani down. Hoani looking okay though.
Through the triangles, attempt straight up. He's a tough guy, young Selwyn. He's tough. Took that very well.
End of round 1, and I tell you what, good looking round for Josh Groves as he drops Hoani Selwyn at the end of round number 1.
Selwyn doesn't want to take too many more of those.
Write your own history with Author Supply Company, proud sponsors of Eternal MMA. Round 2.
They touch him up again here in round 2. This fight brought to you by Author Supply Company. As we observe Engage Industries as another one of our major sponsors. Both boys wearing the gear from Engage here tonight.
Josh Grove, swagger already on the face. Very confident after dropping Selwyn at the end of that round. Stings him again and again. And
Nice
shoots
hand.
in.
Nice overhands by Hoani there though, Benny.
Definitely, he's never out of the fight, Hoani. He's always, if he's being hit, he's always throwing. He needs to go ahead and get that right whizzer. Start digging that left underhook. frame on the neck or dig and spin off the cage here. I just love how Josh is, you know, of all the fights tonight, he's actually using his head in the clinch here.
Josh Groves fighting out of Absolute MMA, standing in front of his corner here tonight in this second round. Counsel given by the corner.
Great
Continue to score points.
Slide onto the back here. Hoani, he really needs Selwyn. He really needs to get that whizzer, the overhook there, the right overhook. But grabbing that head is just allowing Josh to have complete control of his body here. Just needs to lay on him. There, he looks for the whizzer now.
Josh Groves with an amateur record of 1-0. Looking to do better tonight up against Hoani Selwyn, 4-3. Looking to make his mark here once again.
Looks like he might. Again, just when you think Josh is going to complete that takedown, Selwyn straight back to his feet. He really needs to change up that defensive tactic he's using, that head control. He's not in the right position for a head rip. He needs to go back to the whizzer. As you see, it just allows Josh, dragging him out to the center of the cage this time.
Great defense there, though, by Hoani. Josh looking to drag him in the middle of the cage and finish that takedown. Unsuccessful in doing so. How grueling is this process, Benny? The grappling, the knees.
Put a bit of cunt in it. He doesn't like it. Yes.
This is the hardest part of the fight.
Bit of cunt in those knees. Keep going.
Some vicious instruction from the corner of Josh Groves here this evening.
Keep going, Josh. Good boy.
We are live and on Fox Sports. Eternal MMA 33.
You can't knock the enthusiasm from the absolute corner, though. The fighter doing well on the cage here.
Absolutely not.
Mauling Hoani on the cage.
All I would call that, Benny, is pure passion.
Pure passion. Let's run with that for tonight.
10 seconds out here in round number 2. Selwyn versus Groves.
Another great round from Josh Grove.
Amateur bantamweight division. Josh Groves dominant once again here in round number 2.
Dominating the clinch. I'd like to see him roll those punches over like he did against Alexiou back a few Eternals ago.
For these two guys, Josh Grove, Hoani Selwyn.
He's got to earn Josh's respect. There's no doubt about it. He's got to do it early. He's going to have any chance of winning this fight.
Round number 3 here in the B class amateur bantamweight division. Hoani Selwyn versus Josh Groves.
Josh has definitely discovered his weakness in this fight, and he's just exploiting it right now.
As we see Josh go straight back to work.
Again, Selwyn's not correctly using the cage position here. He needs to defend properly or he's just going to end up on his back.
This fight brought to you by Author Supply Company. Proud sponsors of our event here this evening at the Southport Sharks Sports Club. Once again, a mention to one of our major sponsors, Engage Industries. Both boys wearing the shorts here tonight. Thank you to our boys out at Engage. Making our fighters look fantastic here this evening.
Again, pure dominance against the cage. Changing levels. You can see Selwyn's just, there he goes to the whizzer finally. Halfway through the last round, he's decided to use the whiz to defend.
Benny Alloway, our play-by-play commentator here tonight, cage side with myself, Tanira Nathan, better known as MCT. Josh Groves versus Hoani Selwyn. Josh Groves looking good in the third round, Benny.
Definitely the stronger fighter of the last 2 rounds. His takedowns, you know, Josh, he really needs to concentrate on finishing his takedowns, securing position. Very tiring taking someone down, letting them get back up. Taking them down, letting them get back up. But again, technique, a little bit of head position, but doing great.
Peter Hickmont has had enough. And he's brought him back to the center of the cage to start again.
Let's Selwyn off the hook there.
Nice leg kick by Hoani. He drops Josh Groves. Josh looks okay though. Hoani's got to go for it here. He can't let Josh control the fight. But Josh does a good job at moving in for a takedown. Hoani straight back to his feet.
Well, what about that 20 seconds?
Probably the most entertaining 20 seconds of the fight. Thank you, Peter Hickmont, for bringing them back to the centre of the cage, and now they're back up against the cage. Benny Alloway.
Again, back
to
straight,
plan
back
A.
to control. Look at that head. That head, that's what it's all about on the cage. Underhook's a bit low.
All right, Southport, final 30 seconds for these two. Let's bring them home.
Dave Ella getting the crowd going once again. Final 20 seconds of round number 3 here in the B-Class Amateur Bantamweight division.
Selwyn looking for the switch, pulling out, looking for the crossface. The wrestling, the grappling, just way too strong from Josh Grove tonight.
Josh Groves, you'd have to think, getting the job done against Hoani Selwyn here tonight. We do go to the judges' scorecards here in our B-Class Amateur Bantamweight division. Hoani Selwyn versus Josh Grove.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 tough rounds of MMA, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges unanimous in their decision of 30 points to 27, and it's all for the blue collar.